大家好，现在我们开始直播了。
Hey, how are you? Good. Yeah, come in here.
They represent government can make a difference. My first job for activism was working on Bella Boulevard for trying to do that. I saw there firsthand how important that was.
敬业。
That's going to be essential. And we have real challenges ahead of us. We have great opportunities to succeed. That's why I have to get fully funded public education. Get rid of this lottery system. It takes people hours to get to high school, take them away from your neighborhood. That's what we're going to be calling advocates for standing up, making sure that in our schools we teach our history. When we learn the history of the AAPI community, we realize that no one's the other, but we're all together. And the history of the AAPI community is so profoundly important and so inspirational to all of us. You know, growing up as a member of the Jewish community, I learned early on how much we all have in common and how we have to stay together and united, especially as we confront the issue of hate crime that is spreading as an epidemic throughout the city and many parts of the country. And we're only going to succeed by uniting together, making sure that our police have the proper funding and the support to address hate crimes, and our federal government, in fact, is keeping proper records of where they're taking place, so there's accountability. All of that's going to be so significant and so defining in terms of what we can do as a Congress, what we can do as a country. Bringing us together, standing up to hate crimes, standing up to education, standing up to unite. And I've got great role models from that Let's go inside. Great sake, great food, and a lot more conversation, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Come on inside. Let's go inside.
Yeah, I mean, this is like the guard fundraising about I think so. We'll see.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, how are you? Good.
大家好，欢迎大家帮我点点赞啊！今天是华人支持的一个参选的选国会的一个参选人。
Where are the names at?
It's over there.
I'll see you with you guys.
你们想看谁？这个是黄敏仪办公室的，他叫特利文，就在法拉盛。 办公室就在法拉盛。这个是参选人。
I will shine my Robert.
Your parents coming? Yeah, we just ran.
Let's take a picture.
Okay, picture for you guys. Okay, ready? Are you ready? Ivan. Okay.
You get a picture?
Come on again.
Yeah.
Come on again.
太小了啊！我弄你这里你都不回头
啊，我正好拍上瘾的。
敬业啊！大家好，今天是华人支持的一个国会参选人。右边第一个是法拉盛大联盟的罗主席，这一位是陈凯琳、陈毅。
Everyone just feel free, grab your drinks and your food, relax for a few minutes and then we're going to get started very soon, okay? You can grab your food and drinks at the counters over here.
Decline executive. That's where I worked for just recently. 他们来不来？那个里面拍，他们过来。
里边没有什么。
那等下，我问几时？
大家如果想要拿吃的，可以现在去拿吃的哈。我们现在这几分钟时间，现在休息的时间，当然如果肚子饿的话，可以去喝一点咖喱点啊。
喝酒去，喝酒去。对面。还没，应该
对。
到时候。以后你们开
店开幕的时候就告诉他们，他们其实在图书馆的然后啊，
吃东西。一个美女呢？啊，美女呢？我给他们扫。
祝新风，美美然的啊。没有，这个光线非常好。你介绍一下这个人吧，我不太。没事。他是。我不认识嘛，我不认识。我给你看看啊 ，RO 。没事，这个光线很好，光线很好。6个人，感谢你们6个人。
他在直播。
没事，光好，我就直播了。
没啥美女。
你们玩环了吗？玩环了。
我说你叫陈毅不陈海林去介绍这个参选人，他们很熟悉，我们是后面
哎呦，我感觉这里边的气温开始上升了，这里边人太多了。它这个空调开的好像不是很冰，可能里边人太多了。
发动机了啊！
哎。这个是参选人，下次你们想见他就要在电视上见他了。现在还能在这里看看。
吃东西呢，他们。
去哪里喝的吧？
吃点东西。
你玩寿司啊？
对啊，寿司。
寿司开吃播了是吧？
啊，
吃播。我们去找个位置看人家吃东西拿东西。哇，这么多寿司，9个斤酒。
Yeah, we need to have it. No, because I need to stay on top of that because a lot of the testimony for the second round is happening while I'm away. So I'm not gonna go personally because I don't think I should go because it'll seem like I'm trying to like influence myself. So it's better to like staff monitoring the hearing to see
Thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for being
你好，你好，我刚才忘了开这个聊天了，实在抱歉啊。你好，你好。这个是国会议员参选人，他今天是就是不能讲讨好华裔啊，我们就是心里知道就可以了。然后是他有一些他的团队，还有一些华人的一些社团代表过来支持他，然后他也是
好，我们准备开始了，大家有吃有喝的可以继续，没关系，可以继续吃，继续喝，好吗？We're about to start. If you're drinking and eating right now, keep eating and drinking. Enjoy the wine, enjoy the sake, enjoy the sushi.
让他踩。
对，大家我们现在差不多开始准备了。大家如果要吃的话，尽量的吃的小心一点啊。First of all, thank you everyone for coming tonight. Tonight we're hosting a meet and greet event for Robert Zimmerman. We all know that he's running for Congressman for representing District 3 over here, representing Little Neck, Grand Neck, Darlaston, and all the way the north side of Long all the way till about exit 52, I believe. And you know we have huge population of Asian voters and Chinese voters are living in the district. So it is a very good opportunity that we all meet in person with Robert, talking about the issues that we care, all the what kind of future that we all going to build together in the future. So before we really bring out Robert Zimmerman, that I would like to introduce. Most of us we know already. The council member of District 20, representing Flushing, Murray Hill, Linda, Sandra Ang.
Good evening, everybody. As Andy said, I'm the New York City Councilwoman for District 20. Not here, a little bit over, and I'm really so happy tonight to be here with Robert Zimmerman, who's been such a long-time friend of me and also a long-time friend of this community. I remember when I was first running for office, he was one of the first people I reached out to because he also understands our community so well, and I have many long conversations with him about the issues that's facing our community, such as public safety, education, and hate crimes. We have a great leader in Congresswoman Grace May, but she also needs great allies. And I know for a fact that Robert will be an ally for our Asian American community. And I also want to add, I have talked a lot since I've been running about how important it is for Asian Americans to come out and vote, even when someone isn't Asian American. I know the district there is an Asian American person running. However, we need to show our voice, our support for an ally such as Robert Zimmerman. So I encourage you all today, since it's here with all of us, to talk, to ask him questions. And you know what? We need your support, we need your help, and that's why the Congresswoman Grace Meng, City Councilman Linda Lee, and I, we are here supporting him. Thank you.
大家好，我就简单的刚才翻译一下这个黄敏仪我们华盛市议员大概讲的，他就是说他讲的他为什么支持这个国会议员支持这个，因为国会议员的选区差不多是在长岛的 Nassau County 跟那个我们的 Great Neck、Little Neck， 还有这一些北边的地方。然后今天他也是很高兴跟他的同事 Linda Lee。就是都一起过来，跟那还有我们的Grace Man 国会议员都支持他，所以他今天非常高兴的看到大家过来支持。虽然他不是一个 OK 我们亚裔的这个候选人，但是因为他的理念跟我们相同，我们也应该去支持他。所以谢谢。
And I have to say that when I first met Robert, I really impressed by how many people that pass by when we're having a iced coffee literally down the block. Everybody know him. That way we can really tell that he well known by the community. Everybody know Robert, not just because he's running for office. Know him as, he already have really long history of working inside the government and being in the community. That's someone we need to support. And he supports a lot of the policy that we as an Asian American that really do care about the education, the specialized high school, the public safety, and fighting against the hate crime to Asian community and every community. I think those are the top few issues that we all as an Asian American that do care about. So next, I would like to bring out the council member and first Korean American woman elected to City Council last year, Linda Lee.
Thank you. Hi everyone, thank you so much for putting this together. We have two amazing people in the community that are have been advocates and strong advocates for the Asian community. So my name is Linda Lee. I am the City Council member in District 23, which is just on the other side of the Long Island Queens border, right? So Robert actually covers part of my city council district, so I am very, very honored to be able to support him. And I don't know if you guys knew, but for me, before I joined city council, I'm a social worker and I was running KCS, Korean Community Services, and we provided a lot of social services in Queens to the Korean and Chinese community, especially with Meals on Wheels and the senior center programs. And one thing that Robert and I talked about, which is very much not discussed, is the topic and the importance of mental health in our community. Something that is very near and dear to my heart because I have close family members and friends that suffer from severe mental health, one of whom we almost lost last year. And it is something that is not talked about enough. And I think from the federal level to the state to the city, there's a lot more we need to do around mental health issues in our community. And so I'm looking forward to partnering with you on that from the federal level. And in general, I think you have become such a strong advocate for our community because if you don't, I don't know if it's appropriate for me to say this, but I always say something a little okay. But you being someone who a strong advocate for the LGBT community from a very, very early on stage. You understand what it means to protect those that are in marginalized communities. And right now, in the Asian community, because of the hate crimes and everything we're facing, you've been such a strong ally, and I appreciate that so much because you understand what it means to stand up and be a voice for people that have no voice. So I just want to thank you so much, and we are here to support you however you may need. And so thank you so much, and we look forward to August 23rd.
我就简单说一下，有史以来第一位韩裔的市议员候选人，他名字叫 Linda Lee， 所以他今天讲了就是为什么他要支持这个Robert Zimmerman 我们的国会议员的参选人，因为他的选区部分也包括这个国会议员的这个选区，然后他要大家积极的出来投票支持对的人，因为他看到这个Robert 经常的在我们的社区里面。每一个角落，所有的人都支持他，所以他是肯定是能够赢的，而且他在联邦的层面也会为我们的亚裔去发声，这个是最重要的。我们要选一个会支持我们亚裔、会帮助我们亚裔、也会为我们发声的人。所以今天Linda 讲的重点，所以 Linda 呢也是在我们法拉盛旁边的这个新鲜草原啊，这个市议员离我们非常的近，所以大家如果有在那边的话，明年也希望他能够支持他，谢谢。
Before I really bring out Robert, the candidate of Congressional District 3, I'd like to, before I forgot, I'd like to thank every single one of you attending this event, and a lot of parents over here, young professionals, the resident of Congressional 3, and we have many even including Winnie and Emma, which is, last couple of weeks that we fighting for the bullying and discrimination at school. This is why it's so important that we need to have all the parents, local business owners, young professionals to express our concern to every candidate and elected officials and telling them this is what we need. We're willing to work together with you to address all those issues. And I often tell every person that I meet, by supporting each candidate, it's not their job, but it's our job. Who do we want to see in that position to representing all our futures? Because they are so brave and now step forward to running for office. And even Hailey and myself, we ran for city council last year. We know it's very difficult. It's not an easy job than running for public office. But because of that responsibility, that commitment, the future we all want to build, but we take that route running for public office. So next, we have to do our job, really coming out August 23rd, to vote for Robert Zimmerman, so he can be that Congress member in District 3 fighting for all our futures. We need to put it in our mind, it's not just Robert's job, it's all our job by electing the best candidate and representing our district. So now, let me bring it out, the candidate of Congressional 3, Robert Zimmerman!
Thank you. First, let's give it up for Andy Chen for putting this great event together. So Andy says to me, I'm going to have a couple of my friends come out and meet you tonight. This is quite a gathering for a couple of friends. This is really fantastic. What a great turnout, great response, and I'm honored by your presence. I'm also honored to be joined by two great city council members who set the standard for public service in the New York City Council. I'm talking about Councilwoman Sandra Ung and Councilwoman Linda Lee. Let's hear it for them. Also, I'm so proud to be here because this event's taking place in my hometown, in one of our great restaurants, Soku. Let's hear it for Soku. This man over here has been such a great leader in terms of bringing people together in our community, educating so many people, helping to bring the Chinese community into the forefront, because he has been so important in terms of educating and teaching so many people, in terms of uniting us. This is the man, Kevin Sun of the Chinese American Association. Yeah! We're so grateful for Kevin. And really what tonight is about is how we work together, how we build together a better community, a more cohesive community, so we stand up for each other. We've learned all too often the hard way that when we face issues that threaten our public safety, we face issues involving mental health. We face issues involving hate crimes and harassment. When one community is impacted, we're all compacted. So we have to be together on this. We have to stand together, because together we're going to move each other forward. And I have to say, I have to give such enormous credit to Andy, to Kevin, and to the council members, because the work they have done in terms of really leading the way and standing up to hate crimes and bias incidents that really are threatening to all of us has really been a standard for not just New York City, but what the country should be doing. I've learned so much from them, and I think it's important to remember, you know, as we're moving forward as a community, it's so important to remember that we can really make a difference in people's lives. That's what government's all about. Certainly when you talk about mental health, I understood what it was like growing up as a child who was feeling isolated and alienated in society. And I understood the pressures I felt as a young gay kid. But political activism gave me a voice, it gave me a purpose. My first job was on Bell Boulevard, working for Congressman Lester Wolf in Queens. From there I went to Capitol Hill, came home, and I built my business. I've been a small business owner for 33 years. Like so many of you who are in small business and are looking to be in small business, you understand what's at stake. Because when you have owned a small business, you're the last one to be paid. Your first job is taking care of your people. That's why we always make sure our team had health care coverage and had support for their work. And I want to make sure as a member of Congress I can do that for other small businesses. It's going to be critical. It's going to be essential that we stand together supporting fully funded education. It's long past due that it get done. And we stand up not to limit, but to expand gifted and talented programs. That's the future. That's why we enhance it. I'm standing with you on that because I think it's so important. And when it comes to public safety, you're going to have in me, because it's been my life's work, to stand up against gun violence, to stand up for much stricter gun safety legislation. And that's essential, and we're going to make progress on that because we have great local support to get that done. I mean, and we represent the majority of the country on that issue. Likewise, I think it's very important to see that we have to, in fact, roll back the bail reform. I give Governor Hochul a lot of credit for the steps she's taken to have much tougher and stricter bail reform laws put in place. There's more we need to do. But most of all, I take an important lesson from Congressman Mojao Wang. How was that, by the way? Huh? I practiced that? That was pretty, Anthony, that wasn't bad.
Decent.
Perfect. Decent. Congresswoman Mojao Wang, Congresswoman Grace Meng has been a role model, inspiration, and I'm so honored to have her endorsement because I had to have yours as well. And what we learned is that through education, by making sure we teach AAPI history in our schools, we break down the barriers. People cease being the other, and they all become our neighbors. And I think she has been making sure that the steps she's taking to make sure that the federal government takes an important leadership role in addressing hate crimes and bias incidents. These are steps that a member of Congress can take, but she can't do it alone. She needs partners. So I'm going there proudly to be her partner as a member of Congress. I'm going there proudly to stand with all of you from the small business community, for the education community, for the public safety community. I'm going there so that I can work with Andy Chen, Kevin Sun, Linda Lee, and Sandra Ung, because together we have a great future ahead of us. Don't get discouraged. I know sometimes it's frustrating news, but we've faced much greater challenges. We've come out ahead because we believe in ourselves and we help each other. That's what I represent in Congress. That's what I'm fighting for. Thank you all for being here. God bless you. I'm so honored to be here.
那刚刚呢 ，Robert 就简单的讲了，我就跟大家重复一点，总结一下，简单的讲，他支持我们的特殊高中，然后扩展我们的天才班，他也支持我们的社区的治安，以及呢所有的我们的仇视罪，以及关于我们对我们所有亚裔跟华裔社区的这些的攻击。其实呢，这是一位呢我们需要的一位候选人，简单的支持我们作为华裔在这边呢一些简单的一些的政见，可以保护到我们每一位的人。所以我刚刚讲的，我们今天呢支持哪一位候选人，并不是说只是他们的责任，是我们在座每一位的责任呢。我们要选一位真正的可以保护到我们社区每一位的人。不管我们今天有学生在学校里面被歧视、被霸凌，我们有作为小商家的被无理的政府部门呢被罚款，或者任何的这些的问题呢，我们需不需要有一位更有胆量、跟我们这些政策接近的一位的候选人去帮我们去争取？所以这时候就讲到说，我们不要等到说问题发生的时候 在跟我们的市议员、州议员以及我们国会议员讲，我们需要帮忙。如果说今天我们没有融入社区呢，没有融入这个过程当中呢，我们就没有那么足的勇气，是不是去抱怨？我们不要等到问题出现了再去寻求，我们现在就要开始呢。那接下来非常重要的就是，第3区的国会议员就是8月23号是初选日，那提早投票呢就是8月13号到8月21号。所以说今天晚上呢，你们在座每一位呢都有一个我们的作业要做。等一会儿呢，跟我们的 Robert 照一张照片，回去呢就跟我们的亲戚朋友所有人讲，今天呢我跟这位候选人见过面了，我支持他的某一个的政策，我希望你们住在呢国会第3区的，接下来在8月23号呢可以出来投他一票。因为呢，每一个人呢说出来投一票，我们跟100个人讲，我们就有100票出来，而且每一个呢竞选呢都是差距最后都是很小的，所以今年我们要看到6月份的初选，有一些的区呢差距是非常的小，所以真的每一票呢都是非常重要的。I just briefly translate.
I don't know how Andy remembered. I don't know how Andy remembered everything I just said. It sounded much better coming from him. After all, how often do you get interpreted by the future U.S. Senator here? Let me tell you. Also, I do want to point out we have a special guest who's just arrived. A future judge is in the house, Karen Lynn.
Good evening, everybody. I'm so honored and privileged to be here. You know, if you go back to your social studies class and you learned about the 3 branches of government, one of the most important branches is the legislative branch. And it is so important to have candidates who are going to be representing us in DC, who understand the issues of our community, who understand how important it is to protect the rights that we have. And so it's just a privilege to be here.
Thank you. Kevin Lee 呢，林凯伦就是我们今年6月份刚刚帮助他选上我们这个皇后区民事法官的4个人里面呢，他一个人就赢了超过40%的票。所以这个呢，就是我们所有华人的力量。我们需要更多的华裔呢，在每一个阶层，也需要更多我们的华裔呢，在成为民事法官、最高法院的法官。那我知道呢。现在还不能讲，明年我们也有更多的我们华裔出来竞选我们的皇后区的民事的法官，大家到时候看我朋友圈就知道了。
好。
So next I would to bring up Kevin Song.
Hi everyone, I'm local. I'm from Great Neck. The Chinese community started to grow about 30 years ago in Great Neck, and Robert has been an instrumental figure in this community. He has been helping us grow, helping us get accustomed to the society, and help us with all kinds of our needs. Last year, he was here joining us for the anti-Asian hate. Last year, he also helped us to connect with the local hospital, North Shore Hospital, because we have a strong need for our community to go into the hospital, and the hospital provided a service. So I'm so proud to announce that because of Robert's help, the North Shore Hospital here in Long Island provides Chinese food for in-house patients. Also, just an advertisement for the North Shore Hospital, the maternity ward, they provide a congee with ginger. So it's a Chinese ribs here for the pregnant lady to deliver their baby. So Robert has been here for a long time, and he has been instrumental in helping us. We can see everything he has been doing. It would be great for all of us to support him because his track record says everything about him. He will be a fantastic councilman. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Next person I would like to bring out is Jeremy Lowe. He always stays so low-key and stand behind the scene. Jeremy Lowe is the board member of Global Community Center and also the acting president of Flushing United and also the advisor for self-help and community, we call him community godfather. Jerry Low.
Actually, I know Kevin a long time, and I'm a member of the Chinese Association before, so.
这个是罗维宗，法拉盛大联盟。
So you get some vote, at least 10. Alright?
That works. That works.
Because I got family member around, so you'll get it. And also, I already got one for you. They just bring me a copy of it. Very happy to see so many people that, and also I heard about a lot of good things about Robert. And the other good friend of mine, Mimi, he told me that feel free to post Robert stuff in her group. So I did it, and we have a lot of friends that they know about you, and heard about a lot of good things that how you have our community. And one more thing, I think so maybe we will need your help once you get into the council. Congressman, and one more thing is all our Chinese community more concerned about U.S. and China relationship, and this is most important also. So very thank you to see you, and then we'll all get together, we'll work it out, and I hope you get it. Okay, thank you.
And next, we have the chairman from Fujian Association, 陈恒来。那我们的美国福建同乡会的主席也过来跟我们讲几句话，好吗？
我去讲国语的，等一下艾迪翻译。我非常荣幸。
Before he speak, he sent his son and daughter to be volunteer of your campaign.
非常荣幸，今天的艾迪和海玲都是我们的华人的精英，也邀请到我们布利雷。 这个我们就是支持我们的 Robert Zimmerman， 我非常很荣幸。我今天代表我美国福建同乡会主席及全体同仁，我在这里电视台这个记者都是我们的华人的这个非常多的，就像布利内这里我们有很多华人，通过媒体我们出来支持 Robert。以后的话就是说，就是 Robert 选上的时候，一定要我们华人。 社区做出更大的努力。今天的这个记者会非常隆重，这么多都是华人。我代表在座的我们华人区的，你看都是我们的中国人，我们支持 Robert 肯定会赢的。我相信你以后选上的时候，一定会我们为华人社区，也为 Greenland 社区，也为我们的华人做出更大的贡献。我会一定支持你们，谢谢，谢谢大家。
Just speak a little bit. Fujian Association been founded for 80 years already. It's a privacy from southern of China that we have little over 1.3 million population here across whole United States. Wow. And we also, when we ran last year for city council, that's why people wondering why Fujian community that has such huge power of getting people together and fundraising. I was like, look, if every single person from Fujian donated 10 cents to me, I already have 130 grants already. So I think this is very important that we working with every community to bring the power together to supporting each candidate, elected officials in office, so we can work together to bring funding for the other communities. So next I want to bring out is the president of AAC, Asian American Coalition. That when you see all those yellow uniform flashing and patrolling the community, protecting people, wow, that's from him. That's from his group. Every day we have, I would say, roughly 30-40 people out there every day, ever since pandemic, to protecting all those small business owners and residents in flashing, so they can safely feel safe going out their daily job and going shopping for groceries.
So 现在我们有请 AAC 的主席过来讲几句话。
And he is also your woman.
Actually, I'm a local too. So I have my family like 5 votes for you. I don't know. It's going to be general election because they registered for the Republican whatever. But for me, I'm not free. I can ask many other people to support you. But I know him just through Central One, and then we've been like cooperated together for the AAC. Our members everywhere in Flushing there, and I got an inquiry from Long Island too. But we have limited people and limited ability. But I think the most important is vote. The vote all about the idea. So I think it's Robert's idea, just same as our community, same as our people here. So we should have some support from here and everywhere in my hometown, my town here, to get us supported. So good luck for you. Yeah.
Before I forget also, I would like to thank all the media here from Xinjiang News, World Journal, U.S. China Press, 高伟伟、Louis、而美师姐与我们苏清芳，还有我们另外一位教授。We have about 9 media here tonight, really to letting everybody know out there that Robert is a great candidate of Congressional 3. So thank you all of you. Let us enjoy all the foods and drinks and the sake, and let us meet with Robert. Feel free to ask Robert any questions. Of course, you can still ask some questions from Sandra and Linda Lee, but can we ask more questions from Robert tonight? All right. And next person I would like to bring out is Winnie. If you guys pay attention to my social media a couple of weeks ago, that's the brave mom that really stood out for Emma, who facing bullying, discrimination at school. That she is really brave enough and called me and Henry here, say, you know what, we need to seek justice for Emma, and we need an answer, and we need to protect every kids in the school, make sure there's no bullying, no discrimination at school. So, she's really being a big advocate and representative for all the public school parents here in school district 25 and 26. Because I know Robert, Sandra, and Linda here really overlap a lot of the school district 25, 26. So it's very important that we talk about all the issues that in school and about educations. Winnie?
那现在我们邀请这个非常伟大的母亲 Winnie 过来，她的女儿 Emma 最近才在学校里面受到了欺凌，然后她非常的勇敢，调动我们社区的所有的力量，经过我们的帮忙，能够争取她的权益，所以我们也请她讲两句话，谢谢。
First of all, just thank you, Chen Yi and Hailin, for the opportunity to come over here to support. And I'm trying to be a brave mom, so I'm trying to get my daughter to be brave as well. I believe we're not the first one got bullied in school, and we're not the last one as well. So we just need to speak up and stand up and do something for ourselves, for Asian communities. Thank you again. All right. Thank you.
They being so supported, they already blast all their information about Robert's campaign all over WeChat group to all their public school parents. And this is a brave mom that we need to show example to all our younger generation that if anything happens, we're standing up for our kids. We let them know what's the right thing to do, that we do not stand back against bullying and discrimination. I think this is the right thing to do, and this is the right way to do. We shouldn't be ashamed of all the difficulty that we're facing. We're fighting back and we're standing up. Thank you.
And I think that's why the Robert is saying that we need to have Asian American history written in our history textbook. That's what we are fighting for. That's why we elected Robert Zimmerman to our federal government, so he's able to stand for us, to be a partner for us. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone. We are so happy that I have let me tell you a little bit history about the Chinese or Asian American in Great Neck, about the how they get involved in public service. Jeff C. He is the vice president right now, right? Vice president for the education, the BOE, education. Yeah. 4 years ago, he beat the record about the people who vote for him. I think I remember that you got like 6,000 votes, isn't it? Something like that. All right. So he is the one to make all the Asian and all the residents here to get hit. So you got him.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to see all the people coming out here. And it is congressmen that serve the community, and it is very important that he coming to our Chinese community hear what is important to us. Just like as a trustee, I like to hear Chinese community. We are very high on educations. And immigrants, it's very strong on education, and for the kids, you just think, they come into this world, they're like immigrants, they need all the help and support and protections. So we really need the officials that oversee wide swath of Long Island and Queens to really coming out and support our community. And I have been Mr. Zimmerman for a long time, and actually he works for the district of Wayneck. And here I'm as an individual, just like every one of you here, try to support our community and let the public choose the best leader representing us going forward. So good luck to you, Robert, and I really thank you for coming out and running for the community. We need cohesion, like my friend E. King named his charity events, support the wide Flushing community, and we really have strong leaders throughout this community, including Anna Kaplan, Grace Munn, and we push certain agendas. Like me, but most importantly, I just have to say, all the volunteers who are here, most of us are volunteer. Who's getting paid $1 million to do this job? Not really. But it's important we all come out.
现在呢，华人就是过来支持这一个国会的参选人。当华人遇到困难的时候呢，他也会站出来支持华人。现在就是这样一个状况。如果我们不在别人选举之前去支持他，那么当我们遇到困难的时候，你当初没有支持他，你遇到困难了你再去找他是不合适的。
Thank you. Next, I want to leave some free time for everyone to meet with Robert and ask him some questions. Before that, do we have any questions from the media? 我们媒体有没有任何的问题想要问 Robert 的？没有。好，等一下我们可以私下问啊。Also, we want to thank a lot of community leaders like Anwar Chowdhury, Richard Lee, Evelyn Gan, Tom Yang. They're all the way in the room there, and a lot of young professionals and business owners and community activists that really joined in tonight make this happen. And also next, anyone want to speak few words or any questions?
Yes, so I know you're running for Congress, and some of your colleagues, such as Bernie Sanders for Democrat, spoke about free higher educations for our people. Me as an Asian person, I know that a lot of us put an emphasis on our children's education, especially higher education, because that's our way of moving up in the world. So my question is for you is, a lot of my colleagues who not go to CUNY, Hunter College for human biology, a lot of my colleagues have problems, financial problems of paying for higher education. So what will you do in Congress to protect us, the future of America, to receive higher education for less cost or little to no cost, so we can become better and provide more for our society?
Everyone hear that? Great question. It's a great question. Important question. Let me be very clear with you. That question defines the future for our country in so many ways. That's why I've been a strong advocate for free community colleges and for free trade schools. That's why I've been very aggressively speaking out on the issue of alleviating the burden. There's so many people suffering from student loan debt. I mean, the idea that, first of all, the federal government should not be charging interest on student loan debts, number one. Secondly, anyone to me who has a student loan debt of $50,000 or under should be alleviated of that debt. Because when we alleviate student loan debt and make it easier for young people to go to college or higher education, we build our economy. We help people start their families, help them go back, we help them build their careers. That's better for our communities and for our country. It's better for our lives. So that's why I think there are many steps we can take. And that includes, as I mentioned before, free community colleges, making sure we have free trade schools, alleviating student loan debt. I think $50,000 immediate. We can do that immediately, and we should. And we've got to make sure there are more Pell Grants and more grants available so young people can apply and receive better scholarship services. And I think we can also begin that process in the city of New York by expanding the programs for gifted and talented young people. I think that's essential. And by getting rid of this lottery system that is so unfair for so many families, that takes them away from their communities and their neighborhoods. So I think great opportunity, but you're right. The key to the path for building the middle class, for building a future for young people, begins with education. It continues with equal opportunity. It includes inclusion. It begins with standing with our labor unions. The unions play a pivotal role there too, and enhancing our small businesses. For me as a small business owner, I can tell you, small businesses are the key to America's business future. So I'm proud to answer that question. I think you raised an important point.
Thank you.
那我现在简单的翻译一下，我们刚才这位先生他提出了一个关于这个可负担的学费的这个问题，然后问我们国会议员的参选人 Robert， 怎么样子解决，怎么样子能够让我们的大学能够减轻负担，学生减轻负担。他说他主要有2点，第一点，首先我们要让学费的那利息消除掉。第二点，所有5万块钱以下的所有的贷款全部都要免除掉，因为每一个孩子的成功就是我们国家的未来，我们的国家的未来，我们才可以走向一个更好的一个道路。所以他就是在我们联邦政府层面会帮我们去发声，也会让我们的大学生能够感觉我们的大学能够 affordable。所以我们今天的选择是正确的，我们选择未来。While we invest in our future, we invest in our future councilmen, future congressmen. Thank you very much.
I think that's one of the things that we usually say before we get into politics. We didn't know what to talk about, but once we get into politics, we do not let the mic go. Right? We talk so much, so we try to save some free time for Robert to meet with everyone and asking questions. So before we do that, I'd like to remind everyone again: the primary will be August 23rd. The early voting will be started August 13th to 21st. So we don't have to wait all the way till 23rd to vote. We can take the opportunity of early voting from 18 to 21st, right? 13th.
Early voting? 13th.
10 days.
Okay. So we can take the opportunity to vote early. And tonight, like I said before, you all have a homework tonight. Take a picture with Robert. Put it on your Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, WeChat, everywhere. Letting people know that you're meeting with Robert tonight, and you supporting Robert and sharing with all your friends and family to do the same. So one leading by one, we share with 10 people out there, another 10 people sharing with another 10 people there. So we'll have 100 supporters out there, alright? So before we let in Robert meeting everyone there and asking questions, can we have a group pictures?
Yes， 那我们现在我们照一个那个集体的照，还有 Andy 刚才也提醒一下大家，8月29号是投票日，但是在8月23号之前，我们就可以提前投票。8月13号到8月19号，大家能去投票的尽量的去投票，1乘10， 10乘100，我们的力量就体现出来了。We have Robert have the Asian vote. All right.
Thank you.
Just one more important question. I know you're running for Congress, but one of for female reproductive rights are under attack by Roe versus Wade. How will you, as a congressman, fight for women reproductive rights for everyone here in America?
Let me tell you, if you look at one of the principal platforms in my campaign for Congress, it's protecting a woman's right to have reproductive freedom, to make their own decisions about their own body, and protect their right to a safe and legal abortion. It's between a doctor and a woman and her questions. It is not an issue that should be addressed. It is egregious what the Supreme Court did, overturning 50 years of law, 50 years of precedent, is an affront to women. It's an affront to the Constitution. And we're going to make sure when I'm in Congress, we have more Democrats in Congress, we're going to make sure that we codify Roe v. Wade so it becomes the law of the land and the courts can't take it away. That's going to be essential. Thank you.
Thank you.
So can we have everyone come up to this side? Let's do a group picture. And also, if you want to sign up as a volunteer for Robert's team, you can sign up over here. There's a form right there. Or if you want to contribute some donations to Robert's team, feel to do that too. Or either voting for Robert. So do at least one of them, right? Do at least one of them.
Before we depart, can I just say one more time? Let's give it up for Andy Chen.
And we also chanting for Robert, 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 Robert.
所以刚才你讲的就是，你如果想要为他做那个义工的话，就在那个义工表上，其实填上你的名字。如果你想要为他捐款，你可以帮他捐款。如果你什么都不能做，你也可以为他投票，也可以为他拉票，1乘10，103把，我们的票数就更多了，他就更有机会代表我们在联邦层面为我们发声。
好，我们所有后面的人出来，我们照一个集体照，好吗？ Can we have everyone back there? We probably still have like 50 people back there. Can you all come on? Let's take a group pictures.
集体照
照不到，太多人了。
这边站一排可以。
来，你大家后面的都过来，到我们前面来，我们拍一个集体照，往这边，往这边，往这边 ，OK。大家过来，要拍照的都过来到我们这边。我们过来拍照，那我们记者都在那边。
哎呀，要过去，去对面。
后面的都过来了。
我怎么觉得自带美颜了？对吧？自带美颜。
哎，刚才我看直播的时候，
It's all good. It looks good. Looks good. This is great.
太小了。太小人了。
来。
照不全。
对，你得啦，拍完。喂，Michael，過嚟啊！ 佢影到嘅，佢影到。佢個 movie 周圍影嘅。
我們去看看吃的，哇！ 那边好热呀。
大家看镜头啊！不是就你先拍完我才拍，这样我要整个画面的啊。好 ，look here。Andy 说句话，支持他的，你也要来一个头。
喊个口号有没有？有没有口号？喊个口号。
Robert。拍照片。拍照。现在我有点后悔了，我觉得那个照片正好看一下。
大家听好了，我们现在在外面在拍一个集体照，大家在后面的全部过来出来，大家。
到外面拍。
大家都往外面走，我们在外面再拍一个集体照。Move photos outside. Let's take a photo outside. Move photos outside.
你正好那个。
小虎以后就报了。
拍照片。咁樣嚟影就算啦，啊咁啊攞到啊個咩嘢啦，係啦，咁樣啊咩嘢啦。
外面效果好一点。
下雨了吗？刚才？
就这个样子站了好不好啊？因为这个位置的话，我们就有位置的，连电都拍到。
大家好，我们现在是过来支持这个国会参选人、国会议员的参选人。我们要在人家刚参选的时候就支持他，这样呢，当华人遇到事情的时候呢，就可以获得他的支持。他就比如说我们有一个什么活动啊，有一个游行，那么他就可以站出来支持华人。
让你先拍，那我们才拍这个样子。
因为我们的镜头的话，大家有自己的理念，知道吗？没问题，没问题，没事的，没事，没事，没事。哎，
这谁抽烟呢
因？为大家做好一样的事情。
给你们看看这棵小树啊，这么漂亮。
来，我帮你2个人抬起来。
他在直播。快把钱。
你们知道这是委员长，这是委员长，蒋委员长来。
这些今天的主角。
对呀，我现在见面我就叫他委员长，真的像啊。
像的，要夸奖了。
非常拿出来了，非常拿出来了。
哎，这个拍了好看，做封面。
这照相好。
你吃过了哈？
你们那个往中间站一点，要不然那个。
我就喝瓶啤酒。
稍微往
那就饱了。
啊，多喝一瓶啤酒。
可以。
这要拍广角了吧？
效果不好。
Let's hold the banner up a little bit. Perfect.
好。
又下雨了，打雷了。
你女儿很乖，跟我很好啊。
Thank you all for being here. No problem. You later come back inside. 2 minutes. Okay. 叫他说一下他的当前的政纲，我们要看一下。你们在里面啊。
完了吗？
我出来拍照的时候就把它弄完了。
吃饭去吧。
什么？吃东西。
吃东西去。
吃东西，那么多好吃的。
回法拉盛吃饭，我今晚不回家了，在法拉盛吃饭，跟我老婆吵架了，真的。
就喜欢你。
I see your post.
Sorry.
I'm like.
可能比博物馆还要。
帮我拿一下他，他拿，所以这个样子，对，因为看这边。
换一下手，我看看我能吃点什么。这上边有，
都没了哈。
多着呢，多着呢。
老板说一下，啊，老板啊，
再搞一点蛋炒饭哈，搞一点蛋炒饭。
都没有了哈。
啊？蛋炒饭最简单也最困难，它是鱿鱼炒饭。
勺子呢？
勺子在，勺子呢？
Hold on, guys.
就结尾尾。
我要去找一双筷子。
还有一样，刚才说，今天他在这个餐馆，就是回报这个餐馆他这个样子。
看看有什么喝的？有喝的了吗？刚才这里是啤酒。
因为我就
但是我怎么知道你是高级？
朋友们，播完了，我下播了啊，关播了啊，拜拜 ，I love you。关播了啊，拜拜，帮我点点赞，感谢，你看我播了76分钟才9个赞，好，拜拜。